important reminder. All information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.
More alive. What does that mean? What that means is you need to get in touch with your innocence. The child. David was a child. He's a 15-year-old boy in touch with nature on the hills. Looking after nature. He's in tune. It's your innocence. And it's not like it doesn't exist. It exists. If it's in a story, if it's anywhere in an archetype, it exists inside of us. Because we're living in a holographic universe. So we have access to everything all the time, if we tune into it. So we get in touch with our innocence. It's a boy, it's not a girl. What does that mean? It means it's the masculine side, it's dynamic, active. It's the warrior energy that gets shit done. It doesn't mean that women can't have that. It means that they're in touch with their masculine side of themselves when they're being dynamic, and we all are. And we're in touch with the feminine side when we're being more receptive, nurturing, still, sensitive, aware, and so this dynamic innocence is coming down from the hills, from this high place. So it's higher consciousness. So we're going to be practicing this over and over in this presentation, because it's all about the experience. Come on in, you lovers. Welcome to the show. It's all about the experience. We're not interested in theory. Everybody knows it all. You know, we've read the books, we've been to the workshops, we've done the seminars, all the rest. We're into experience, activation. So we're going to be having plenty of that. We've already had some of it already. So, masculine, dynamic innocence coming down from the high consciousness through off the green grass. What does green represent? What colour does green represent in the body? That's why we love those heart tones. It's green, juicy, fertile. So it's heart innocence. It's the innocence of your heart. It's the Hanuman power. Rip that chest open and all there is in there is divine love. That's all there is. Total commitment to that. To the source within you. That's what it's all about. So he had that. And he comes, he's watching Goliath come out, this giant, challenging the champions of Israel. Who are the champions of Israel in the world now? The champions of Israel, they control the world. Israel control the world. They're the chosen ones. They're God's children. They've got all the technology. They've got all the shit. They're the chosen ones. They're the righteous ones. The children of God. Everyone else is Philistines and filth and to be destroyed. And the caste system to be stamped on. So these individuals that the armies of Israel represent are the false prophets and the false righteous ones, the kings of the world. Saul was the king of the world. It's the world, with all its power and militarism and structure and form. That's what's in battle array against the Philistines, the monster within. And so Goliath comes out hurling abuse at the champions of Israel for 40 days and 40 nights, and not one of them would come out and fight it. I'm not going out there, mate. Look at the size of him. He's a giant. I get my ass kicked. 40 days and 40 nights. What does it mean when the number 40 is involved in the Bible? It's always extremely significant of the highest divine clue. It's God's news coming through. Jesus fasted in the 40 days and 40 nights in the wilderness. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights. You had to fast for 40 days before you got into the Egyptian mystery schools. Pythagoras did it. 40. You discern when you're reading a book like the Bible, you discern because a lot of it is history of extraterrestrial despotism, sadism, masochism, just monsters at work. Monsters. It's all there. Historical information. But when that number comes up, you know, sensitivity, like everyone's tuning into the vibrations of the sound there, how beautiful that is. That's the sensitivity we want all the time. To discern, is that food right for me? Is this information right for me? Am I in resonance with this? If you're not, don't take it on. So, 40 days and 40 nights he's hurling the abuse. There's a couple of chairs over here, mate. There's some cushions around. Come join the party. There's some chairs behind. Hey brother, can you grab those chairs out from behind there? Just bring them out near the door somewhere. Thanks. So, 40 days and 40 nights he's hurling abuse. So David's looking at this. David's up on the hills. And he's seeing this monster out there, you know, challenging the champions division, and he can't believe it. He can't believe it. It's shocking. This is someone who's been brought up, you know, to believe in the sovereignty of the people of Israel, of the Israelites, as the chosen ones, God's chosen ones, the best, the elite. So he's looking at all this, and he's infuriated. So he comes down from the hill, and he goes onto the battlefield, and he actually takes some bread. His father asks him to take some bread to his brothers. His brothers are in the army of Israel. And when he gets there, he says, "I'll fight him. What's wrong with you? I'll fight him." And all these soldiers, you know, thousands of men, and these, you know, these champions of Israel, they're laughing at him. He's a boy. He's 15 years old. He's got a loincloth on. They're laughing at him. What are you talking about? You're going to fight him? I'll fight him. Don't you worry about that. I'll fight him. And he's making so much noise that they take him to Saul, to the king of Israel. And he tells Saul he wants to fight him. He says, "I'll take him, mate. I'm not scared of him." And Saul says, "What are you going to do? You're a boy." And he says, "The living God will deliver that monster into my hands this day." The living God. Remember this. The living God. This is what we get in touch with. Energy. It makes you go all tingly. It makes you alive. If it doesn't bring life to you, why do you want it in you? It's death. We want the living God, not some idea, not some metaphor. We want the real deal. The real deal. And you know it. You know it. Because it shifts you. It's real. So he's in touch with the living God. How's he in touch with the living God? Because when he was looking after his dad's sheep and goats, the lion and the bear came on two separate occasions and took a kid, a young goat, and took a lamb from the flock. And David went after them and slew them both. Smote the lion and smote the bear. That's what he did. And he said, "The living God, the same God that delivered the bear and the lion into my hands, will deliver me Goliath today." What does that mean? That means you have to win a victory inside of you. Your dynamic, the active part of you, your consciousness that's alive, that's ascending, that wants to get shit done, that is here to shake up the world, that is just destined to take Goliath on. You've got to initiate yourself. You've got to activate that part of yourself. And how do you do that? You get in touch with the living God and take on the lion and the bear inside of you. And the lion and the bear, you know, in the world, there's positive and negative applications to everything. There's positive examples of lions, there's positive examples of, and there's negative examples of lions. There's positive extraterrestrials and there's negative ones. There's positive parasites and there's negative ones. There's positive and negative in everything. These ones are predatory elements within your own psyche that will come and gobble up your sweet natural children, the lambs and the kids, the young goats, which are running around on the fields of your heart. That means all your beautiful creativity. All those little ideas, those inspirations that you've had, and time again, you've taught yourself out of it. If you listen to a lion or a bear that says, "Oh no, you can't do that, you're not good enough, you haven't got enough money," or, you know, "you will never be able to blah," whatever. The negativity, the self-sabotaging elements of our own psyche, that's the lion and the bear. You need to be in touch with the living God within you in order for those things to be delivered into your hands. So you conquer those. your youthful, heartfelt innocence, your love, ascending love, conquers that. And then you can take a life off. So he tells Saul that that's what's going to happen. So Saul says, okay, well look, you're not going out there like that. He's dressed like this bloke. He's just got a loincloth up. You're not going out there like that, mate. This is a battlefield. These guys have got spears, shields, axes, swords, everything. Big metal things. They're going to smash you. Get some armour on. No, I don't want any armour. You're having some armour. Get mine on. So he puts Saul's armour on. David puts Saul's armour on. And then he can't move. So he takes the armour off. What's that saying to you as a superhero? What's that saying you've got to do? It means you trying on the armour of the world. You've tried on the armour of the world. The armour of the world is the ego. I'm the man strutting about with all the money and all the bucks. You know, in the flash car and all that shit. If you start worshipping it, that's the armour of the world. Okay, I've tried that. It doesn't work. I can't move. It doesn't make me free. It doesn't bring me joy. It doesn't actually bring me power. So I'm taking that off. Thank you very much, but no. So the king of the world, which is your own ego, the loudest, most dominant, tyrannical voice or impulse in your psyche. So he took the armour off, goes down to the battlefield, and we know what happened, don't we?